Allah.
Wow. Every time we see one of those, I just start feeling emotional because it's just, I don't know, it's just about hearing the word of God and hearing people talk about it and reciting it and the energy. It's not even, it's just the voice with the energy and then seeing people praising God and being there for a higher purpose. I've always thrived in those environments and love those environments where people are truly there because they believe in a higher purpose. And at the beginning, he was talking about Moses and talking about him coming up to the Pharaoh and giving the Pharaoh, basically giving him a chance to come to God, telling him basically, please come to God. You know, you can still do it. And he denied. He essentially rebelled and turned his back on God. And we all know what happened after that. And it's just, go ahead.
I'll just say it was really lovely, and I agree. Just having everyone focus in on worshiping God, Allah, is incredible. And I did notice in the middle of there, the daily prayer was recited. I noticed that. So it sounds like that's the prayer that Moses presented to the Pharaoh as well. You know, when it says, God, the giver of mercy, the Lord of mercy, the only one worth praising, you know, keep us on the straight path. That's essentially the exact thing that said to the Pharaoh, and the Pharaoh was just not having it. He had too much of an ego and believed that he was the Lord of Lords.
Yeah.
So, and we see what happened to him.
Yeah, and ego is a big thing for a lot of people because it's just, I believe in letting God into your body. I don't believe in letting demons in. I don't believe in letting Shaitan in. I don't believe in letting negativity in. I believe in letting God in and accepting God into your body. And that is how I interpret letting God in and having a relationship with God. And that's why I believe that you are a part of God and God is within you. I don't believe that you are God, that you are a God, that you're all powerful. No, I believe that God is a separate entity. But once you let God into your life, God becomes a part of you. Yeah, and that is where all miracles can happen. Mm-hmm. That is where all abundance can happen. All positivity can happen. When you let God into your life and let God decide for you, what is your path? What is your purpose in this life? Let him in and let him decide. And then your life will transform in ways you could have never even imagined, because I've seen it with my own eyes.
Yeah, because it's like you're being influenced, right? So therefore it shapes who you are, and in that sense is within you. And I do, see what you're saying with that, Han. And in the same way that the 5 people you spend the most time with are going to influence who you are, and so in a way are in you as well. So you have to watch that. But it's very true that any single time we choose to believe in a thought that is negative, that is bad, anytime we choose to believe in a thought that, we look at someone else not with love, not through the lens of love, we get mad at them, we get annoyed with them, whatever it may be, we get annoyed at ourselves, we feel like we can't do it. Any single time you give into one of those thoughts, think, is that how God would have you think? Is that how Allah would have you think? No. That is the little devil, the little demon that all of us have to
That's the Shaitan, the jinn that's tricking you, because God is everlasting love, everlasting forgiveness. So if you let God in, of course you can forgive yourself. Of course you can love yourself. Of course you can believe in yourself.
Yep.
And that is the most powerful feeling to have. When you have a relationship with Allah, when you let Allah into your life and let him choose, because he is the best of planners. Wow. Every time I hear it, like, my eyes just start watering. It's like,
I get chills.
Is this normal? Like, to feel like this emotional every time you hear it? Like, because it's so beautiful. And one of the things I love too is I love the way that whenever Muslims are in the mosque or wherever they're reciting it, I love the way that they're all dressing too. So that is just such a beautiful thing to me too, whenever they have the whole wardrobe on. It's just a beautiful sight to see.
I've always liked that.
Yeah, and I want to know more about that. So maybe if someone could suggest videos to us about the actual wardrobe that you're supposed to wear, and is this just whenever you're at the mosque? Are you supposed to wear this all the time? Can people send us a video maybe about a wardrobe you're supposed to wear? And also, is this called singing? Is that, I don't know if that's being rude to say, but we asked in the last video. Sorry guys, our battery actually just died. But basically, I was saying either way, it's very beautiful and it's very emotional every single time that I hear it, and I absolutely love it. And we're going to keep listening to more recitations and keep listening to more nasheeds as well. So
yeah, I just truly get chills when I hear these. Very, very big chills. And something I keep noticing is how much fire is used in the Quran. And there's a lot of fire. And I've also noticed water. And I've just learned that for the daily prayer, you're meant to cleanse yourself with water before. And it seems that for those who have to go to hell, the way they are cleansed is through the fire. I've also learned that the jinn were created from the fire, and how it says that Jesus, Isa, in the end times, all across the world, the people who didn't follow God will be burned, in the fire, and Isa will ask God to cleanse it all away with water after. So I keep seeing this fire, I keep seeing this water. And it seems to me that the fire is a form of cleansing. And I never really thought about that until I started learning about all this. With hell, you just think about fire and burning and just feeling tortured. But I'm definitely starting to see it as its own form of cleansing. And there's a form of cleansing with the fire and with the water. And so I don't know what it means exactly yet, but it's just really interesting for me to learn about that and think about it in that way and open up my mind more about the concept of hell, which is something I never really believed in. But the more I think of it as a cleansing process through the fire, I'm becoming a lot more open to the idea of it.
I mean, well, think about it this way. If you were stranded somewhere and you had a torch, and let's say for some reason you got injured and you had to pull a twig out or something, what you would do is you would sterilize it by putting fire on it. You'd put the torch on the tools and it would sterilize it in that way.
And close a wound.
Yeah, it can close wounds, everything. And you just put it right on there. You heat it up. It's going to sterilize this and it's super hot. And then you just put it on there. It's going to sizzle your skin and burn it, but it's going to actually heal you and be good for you.
Yeah, it's like a metaphor for life as well, because sometimes we go through anguish and pain and things that feel very, very difficult and almost like torture, but we can grow and learn and just so much through that and become even better, become even more purified by going through that. So
absolutely,
I'm enjoying seeing all these connections.
Yeah, that's a great explanation, Kelly. You're doing a good job lately.
Thank
you guys think Kelly's doing a good job? If you watch our old videos, she was, very quiet. Now she's talking more, and I love it, guys, because you get to see the Kelly that I know. So that's absolutely beautiful. And basically, you're saying stand up and see the signs. The good is still alive. And what that means to me is you can get up and you can choose to see good or evil. You can choose to see the truth, or you could choose to see an illusion. You could choose to follow Shaitan. You can choose to follow the jinn. You can choose to get tricked, or you can choose the truth, and you can choose the goodness, and you can choose to see what you want to see, because you're in control of your reality to that extent. Because you can be in a delusion. You can be a deluded person. There is free will in this reality that God gave us. So you have to get up and you have to choose to see the good. And that's something that I preach a lot whenever I'm talking to people and helping people, because a lot of people might come to me and they might be sad. They might be upset. It's like, hey, look what's going on in your life right now. Are you healthy? Yes. Okay. Are you not healthy? Well, guess what? Are you alive? Yes. Are you talking to me right now? Oh, so you can speak. Oh, okay. You have a mouth. You have a tongue. You have teeth. Some people don't have teeth. Some people don't have a tongue. Some people don't have a mouth. So there's always someone in a worse situation than you. And a lot of people are in a worse situation, but are thinking more positive than that person. So it comes down to the fact that, guess what? Are you going to be a positive person or are you going to be a negative person? What are you going to choose to believe? What are you going to stand up right now and choose to believe? Are you going to stand up and wake up and say, I'm a loser, I'm poor, and I'm going to act like one? Are you going to stand up and believe, guess what? Starting today, I am the man I say I am. I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be successful. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to make something of myself, and I'm going to do it today, because starting from this moment, this is who I choose to be. And then you act on it, and you act like you're that person. You get up and you dress like you would dress if you were that person. You get up and you do what that person in your mind would do. If you're a man of God and you believe in God, what would that person be doing? Mm-hmm. What would they be doing? Would they be sharing this video? Would they be sharing another video? Would they be reading the Quran? Would they be reading the Bible? Whatever it is, whatever you believe, whatever you're going to practice, you have to get up and act like it. And because you're putting forth that effort into this physical reality of what you want to be and who you want to be, and then slowly over time, you will become that version of yourself, the best version of yourself, once you see the good and once you realize that the good is still alive. Because guess what? Some people don't even know that the good is still alive. Some people think that the good is gone, that it disappeared. So just that statement alone, they need to be reassured that not only is it here, but it's still alive.
Yeah, man, what a positive message. And even just hearing that little tidbit, it made me feel more boosted, more positive. And I am overall already a positive person, but it really was just so nice to hear. And just hearing those little messages in your mind truly does boost you and see things more positively. Like if you're upset and someone says everything's going to be okay, you know, just saying that little phrase can really just change your mind about it. Because like Han said, we have that choice every day to see the positive or see the negative, and it's all about our perception. And if we keep reminding ourselves the good is still alive, then we will believe that and we'll see it more, and therefore our life will appear more good because we're looking at the good more and putting our center of focus on that instead of the negative. And so that's how you're going to perceive your life and your world. And I just think it was beautiful. And, you know, it's just sometimes I'm just wonder, like, in our country, in the United States, like, where are the songs like this? Yeah. I'm looking around. Where are they? The music that gets pushed out is always just so negative, low vibration, really just devil music, basically.
No, it really is. It's controlled by Shaitan.
Imagine if...
He's a known musician.
Yep. As we learned in the Prophet series... Makes very good sense. And this is what the people need to hear. And it's always like the good is still alive because God is not finished. It doesn't matter how you can go as deep as you can go with the devil and go to the lowest point of your life. But if you are willing to say goodbye to that and say, I'm done with it, I want to worship God, God only, God will take you in no matter how far down the wrong path you go. If you choose to forgive yourself for it and say goodbye to it and say, go to God only, it doesn't matter what you did. It doesn't matter how far gone you were, how taken over by the devils you were. God is not done with you, no matter what you do, if you are willing to go back to him. And it is absolutely beautiful. And so much goodness will come to you. And so, yes, of course, the good is still alive because God is here. God is not finished.
Wow. That was beautiful, Kelly. That gave me chills down my spine. Just hearing you talk like that, I'm so proud of you. And I love you so much. Hearing that conversation and hearing you say your truth and your word, that is very powerful. And that's what I'm talking about, because all of this positive music, it really brings out the best in us. And I'm sure it brings out the best in you just hearing it, guys. This is such a beautiful process that we're on. And we thank you for being here. And you just liking the video, watching and commenting it is more than enough. I mean, we love you guys. We love seeing your comments. We love reading it. Your comments brought Kelly and I to tears reading it. I mean, it's just such a beautiful experience being on this path. And we love you guys so much. That's all you have to do. If you do want to donate, you can in the PayPal, but you just being here is enough.
Or even just subscribe. We know a lot of you are watching more than once, maybe haven't subscribed yet. But hey, there's no harm in just clicking one button. It takes a millisecond.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much. We love you so much. We'll
Thank
see
you. See you in the next
video.
video.